Hello, hello, hello. This is QED Denial here, bringing you Game 2 of the Southeast Asia Clan League ace match between TA and the QED mixed lollies. We have QED Fridge spawning here at the right, whatever it'd be like the 2 o'clock position, facing TABreyln, who has switched to Zerg. So he obviously plays random. That I didn't realise. He's a random player, and he's now spawned at the top left. So this is interesting for Fridge, because Fridge would have no idea who he is to begin with. I didn't realise that in the first game that his opponent played random. I have to remember to make a note of that on the YouTube clip now, as that just changes everything, because you just don't know what you got to scout. So it was interesting that Fridge went the way. Well, really, Fridge on the first map was Daybreak, so it was pretty obvious which way you'd go. You'd always go for a kind of early expand, and so really, that map is not so important who you're facing, because you're probably going to scout before you make any major tech decisions anyway, because you pretty much expand early anyway. This time on this map, for Zerg, if it says you forge fast expand, which obviously Fridge has not done because he doesn't realise it's a Zerg. So he's dropped his pylon up here, he's scouted up here, found out it's a Zerg opponent he's playing, and also found out that he's going to do an early expand as Protoss, as the Zerg. As you can see, Fridge is going to come down here and see the early expand. He's gone and dropped down a gateway. I said he's kind of put off now on what he was originally going to do, since he probably would normally have done a Ferge fast expand on this map, but only just now seen it's Zerg. So he's going to instead wall off the top of his ramp to deal with any early pressure, and probably do a 1-gate expand. A 3-gate expand he wants to be really safe, but it's probably going to be a 1-gate expand. No, he's going to wall off with a forge in a gateway. This is very cheeky from Fridge. This probably means he's going to do some early kind of harass with a cannon. One of Fridge's favourite tactics is to drop the pylon down the back here and drop a cannon, and it just can cause so much hassle. If they don't build in that amount of links to defend it, it's going to cause enough damage to pay for itself. If they do build enough links to defend it, then it's also causes enough economic damage to pay for itself. And it looks like Fridge is what Fridge is going to do. He's got his probe now coming down to the bottom of the map. He's going to, I think, yep, the Fridge tactic is coming out. On any map where the Zerg goes for some kind of fast expand, Fridge will drop a pylon. Now, the ultimate, he's actually pulled a hell of a lot of drones to deal with this. So I'm interested to see how Fridge decides to deal with the fact that there's this many drones being dropped. Maybe drop another pylon. As it stands, though, he's going to let this pylon finish. He's managed to drop that cannon just before the creep got there, which is very handy. And he's dropped the second pylon. I was wondering if he's going to do that. He has dropped the second pylon, so this first pylon is going to fall, but the other pylon will continue to build. It's causing a lot of hassle here, and the Zerg is now trying to work out which to attack first. A bit of drone miss micro here. This cannon is in a pretty safe spot here. The cannon will get up and will it get up and get off any shots? That's the decision here. It has got up. It's only going to go off a couple of shots before it falls, though, unfortunately. It doesn't even kill one drone, so a bit of a waste of investment by Fridge there. I don't think it was really worth it to drop that many minerals, as most of it was fought off with drones, not with Zerglings. So that's probably put Fridge behind slightly. As it stands, he's got 2 Zealots out now. Zealots are going to clean up this drone here. They're stopping Fridge from expanding, and a 3rd Zealot. So he's actually going to crone out a lot of Zealots, probably do some early Zealot harass now. So he's going to keep applying pressure here. The bonus of this is just going to keep causing him to build more lings. With correct micro, these 3 Zealots will deal with these lings quite handily. The Queen, on the other hand, is another matter, so you've got to watch out for if you can engage these Zerglings away from the Queen. Looks like they're going to meet in the middle of the map here. See if he's got it on A move. We'll find out. Yes, he's got it on A move. So these are going to meet in the map, and without the micro, though, these Zerglings aren't going to survive very long against these Zealots. Just a lack of micro there. So Fridge has got his kills with the Zerglings, and he has to make some more Zerglings in a hurry now. He's got a Spine Crawler coming down. Fridge has dropped down. That's another gateway. He still hasn't got a Cyber, though. He's getting mass Zealot production, I believe, at the moment, since he's dropped the second gateway. Another pylon, and it's going to probably wall, forming a kind of wall. I might drop a cannon here. I might even drop a cannon on the high ground to fire from above. As soon as these Zealots are coming in now to deal with the 3 Queens. A nice micro from Fridge, just keeping these Zealots alive as long as possible. To cause as much damage as possible to as many Queens as possible. I don't know if he'll actually end up sniping one. Oh, he's going to run into the main base. So he's got one Zealot in here now to find out what is going on in the main base. He's going to see that pretty much the only thing that's happening is droning, but no other tech has even been researched yet. So he knows he's not too far behind. It's just a mass drone. Breyln's been very calm about this, actually. He's dealt with it pretty well. He hasn't overcommitted to any form of lings. He hasn't overcommitted to lings. He did lose that. He got that Spine Crawl up to defend with. He has got an Evolution Chamber coming down now, so he's walling off in a way as well. Probably not so useful against Protoss to wall off like this, but generally he's dealt with this very, very, very well. Maybe a bit of an overcommitted putting a second spine crawler down. He must realise that Fridge would be slightly behind in economy. And if we look at the units we have, actually, Fridge has done very well here and has managed to keep his probe count up higher than Breyln. I'm not quite sure why. Maybe those queens took too much supply away from Breyln, or he took his mind off the ball and missed some injects with the attacks on the queen. But really, Breyln shouldn't be behind on drones, but he is. So it's a bit unfortunate there. I thought he handled it pretty well though, all that extra pressure, and should have put Fridge slightly behind him. And he lost a fair few zealots, but he didn't lose any queens. He didn't just a few zerglings, I should say. He didn't lose any queens, and he didn't lose any of his drones at all in that whole engagement. So I thought that was pretty well. As it stands, he's now going to find out what's going on here. He's seen that Fridge has expanded, seen that he's more zealots. The cyber core is up and researching Warpgate. He has got +1 finishings. So probably be some form of +1 gateway push, as there is no other tech going down. As we can see, there's more gateways going down now. Wouldn't be surprised if Fridge drops another one as well when he has the minerals. And he has. So we're going up to a 6. It's going to be a 6 gate +1 push by Fridge here. Speed's only just starting now for Zerglings and melee attacks level 1. And a Watch Warren's just started and a Leia. So it's pretty heavy tech here from Breyln, which means he hasn't got many units out in the field. He's got this queen, he's got his queens really, it's pretty much all he's got, so he's relying on his queens at the moment, so depending on how quick this push hits, depends on how much damage he's going to go down and clear the tower out so that he can't see this kind of how much level of attack's coming here. So obviously that's probably why he went for the 2 spine crawlers, although he hasn't burrowed this one, he's still sitting there unburrowed. Burrow, you little thing! Here we go. Now he's a little diggy claws going as he digs himself in his little hole. He saw that push and decided he better bury himself quickness. This should be a probe heading out now to put some proxy pylons down. Nice overlords here will spout any of these proxy pylons going down in this vicinity. The probe will realise creep spread's been decent this game as well and will not be able to put his pylon down originally where he wanted to. So he's moved it up here, which means he'll be able to put units down from the high ground to low, but he should have seen that he has. Seen some Zerglings out now to deal with this probe. Nice awareness there, nice creep spread, but just doesn't let any units out though. No units whatsoever. I mean, really, he's got an infestation pit and a spore crawler going down. Obviously worried about a void ray or a DT coming into his base. More a DT in that position. You can see a DT coming in. Now these Zerglings here are going to realise that this is a massive 6 gate push, and he's got no units. It's going to be a massive scramble. He's got 7 roaches spawning now. The roaches will be not up in time though to help prevent these spine crawlers from falling. So that's going to be the first line defence down there now. Nice injects to keep that spine crawler alive so long. Very nice work here from Breyln to keep that spine crawler alive as long as he did. All depends on the micro. Very nice work. That spine crawler is taking forever to die. Great injects. Unfortunately, those injects probably would have been better to be used on larvae to help bring up more units to the front. But nice injects anyway to keep that spine crawler going. So, but there's still just no units there for Breyln. He's now got some more roaches coming up. He's got some nice amount of roaches coming up now. He's throwing a force field down to prevent too many injects coming down. He's trying to lure these roaches out a bit here. He's got them out. He's come forward again now. He's still +1/+1. Burrow's just about research now, so it's going to be really hard for Fridge to push through this. It's going to take some serious micro. Some mass roaches coming still. This is still a very, very, very strong push. Now he's seen that's just revealed that Burrow's there. Not the best place to come up from. I would have waited and tried to get a better concave going. As it stands there, there's just so many units, and the +1/+1 is just carving through those roaches. Nice use of injects again there by the Queen. Those Queens are in inject heaven. I've never seen a Zerg be so efficient with injects before. He's kept those Queens alive through injects and their spine crawlers for just so long. This push is just so strong. Breyln didn't have the units out in time. And he's got some more Zerglings coming down to help deal with all these Stalkers, because Zerglings will be useful against Stalkers, but there is also a lot of Zealots there to deal with it. That +1/+1, the Zealots will be able to do a lot of damage. And as a G from Breyln, I'm guessing it was a G, I want to quit this game in a rush. Not a bad matter, GG, but more the, gee, I'm getting out of this, I'm going to go home and cry. So unfortunately he lost. He just, it was so close to the match there. Those injects were so nice. I was so impressed. They held off the push for so long. Unfortunately, because he had so much energy for those injects, I think he might have missed some lava pushes, lava injects earlier on. So the infuse, I should say. I keep calling injects, but it's infuse. But you know what I mean. Those infuses were so good. He must have missed some injects earlier on his hatcheries. But those spine crawlers lasted so long and held off Fridge so long. That push could have been so much worse, because when it hit, there was nothing on the field. But he managed to hold off that push by the use of infusing those spine crawlers so long that those that Fridge had to regroup and push in twice to get through there. Once through there, though, there just wasn't enough units, and he needed to rally them separately and bring them all at once. He had the infestation pit down, which was a massive investment as well. Probably could have just stopped with that and just kept building units for the moment to hold this off. Maybe drop some more spy calls at the back. Make sure that Fridge had to push through several layers of defense to get to this hatchery. And by that time, maybe the infestation pit might have had the pathogen guns ready, infestors out, and fungals to save the day. As it stands, though, very nice work by Fridge to take out a random opponent when you're never really sure what you're going to face when you face a random. And nice game for Breyln. Saw some very nice skills there. Saw some nice double expanding and aggressive expanding by Breyln in the first match, and then some wonderful infuses on spine crawlers in the second match from Breyln, and no overreaction by the earlier on Zealot pressure. So very nice work from both players here. QED Fridge did take the series, which brought us back to a tie at 3 points apiece. So we will probably remain near the top of the table, if not there with TA, when this week's results are finally posted. I'll keep you updated. This is QED Denial, and I'm out.